So, you're looking for a dog trainer here in Jacksonville, but maybe you're not sure where to even begin? Well, you're in the right place. We put together this guide to walk you through it step by step. Think about it. A nice, calm walk along the South Bank Riverwalk, or a fun day at Hana Park where your dog is just easy. That's the goal, right? Having a dog you can take anywhere and just enjoy being with. And that all starts with good training. Okay, here's a quick look at what we're going to cover. We'll talk about training specifically for life here in Jax, figuring out what your dog needs, how to pick a great trainer, what to expect with methods and costs, and then finish up with some local rules and resources. All right, first up, training for Jacksonville life. This isn't just about sit and stay. It's about getting your dog ready for everything our city has to offer. We want a dog who can handle the real world here. A dog that doesn't get stressed out walking through a busy neighborhood like Riverside Avondale, or one that can relax with you at a local event. It's all about building that calm confidence. Okay, before you even start searching for a trainer, it's really helpful to get clear on what you and your dog actually need. A little bit of thinking now will save you a ton of time later. So, what's the number one thing you're trying to solve? Are you just starting out with a new puppy? Or is there a specific issue you're dealing with, like your dog pulling on the leash every time you walk, or barking a little too much? Pinpointing that main goal is your first big step. And then, think about how you want to do this. Do you need someone to come to your house to work on things right where they happen? Or would a group class be better for socialization? There are even options like board and train for really intensive work. It's all about what fits your schedule and your dog's needs. All right, so you know what you want to work on and how you want to do it. Now, for the most important part, actually choosing a trainer. Let's talk about how to find a real pro. You start looking online and wow, there are a lot of options out there. So how do you sort through them all to find someone who's qualified, humane, and just a good fit for you and your dog? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the training method itself. The modern science-backed approach is called positive reinforcement. All it really means is that you reward the behaviors you want to see more of. It works, it's kind, and it builds an amazing bond of trust between you and your dog. Here's a pretty simple checklist for you. Number 1, make sure they use positive reinforcement. 2, look for professional certifications. 3, ask them if they have experience with your specific problem. And 4, get all the cost details right up front so there are no surprises. You're probably going to see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, and it can be kind of confusing. Certifications like KPA or CPDT are a good sign they know their stuff. And if you're dealing with bigger issues like fear, seeing something like IAABC or CBCC means they have more specialized expertise. So you've found a few trainers that look promising. What do you actually ask them when you get them on the phone? Having a few smart questions ready to go can tell you everything you need to know. Okay, here are the big ones. You'll want to ask about their methods and their credentials, for sure. Also ask how they'll tailor the plan specifically for you. And it's always good to know how you'll track progress. Definitely get the details on costs and cancellation policies. And hey, asking if they'll work with your vet is a great question, especially for more serious behavior stuff. Okay, let's get down to the practical side of things. What's the training actually going to look like, and what kind of budget should you have in mind here in Jacksonville? So the two most common options are group classes and in-home training. Group classes are great because they're more affordable and your dog gets to practice around other dogs. But in-home training is totally customized to you, so you can work on things right where they happen, like barking at the mail carrier or greeting people at the door. All right, let's talk about the cost. It's really helpful to think of this as an investment in a happier, calmer life with your dog. And prices here in Jacksonville will vary depending on what you're looking for. Here's a look at the average costs you might see around Jacksonville in 2025. A series of puppy classes could be a couple $100s. A package of private lessons will be a bit more, and then something really intensive like a board and train program is a much bigger investment. This should just give you a general idea of what to expect. Okay, last section. You're learning all these new skills with your dog. Now it's time to take them out into the real world. That means knowing the local rules and some of the best spots to practice. The most important number to remember in Jacksonville is 6, as in 6 feet. That's the maximum leash length allowed in all public spaces, unless you're in a park that's specifically designated for off-leash play. And here are just a few other key rules every dog owner in Jacksonville should know.
You've got the leash law, of course. Your dog also needs a current rabies vaccine, has to be licensed with the city, and yeah, excessive barking can actually become a noise issue. Good training really helps with all of this.
And when you're ready to get out and work on those skills, we've got some awesome places to go. Dogwood Park is fantastic for off-leash practice, or you could go to Hannah Park to work on your leash walking with plenty of real-life distractions around. When it comes down to it, there's no single magic trick. It's really about having a good plan, using kind methods, and then just being consistent with it. That's what builds a truly happy, confident dog.
The work you put in really does pay off in every part of your life. It means having quieter nights at home, less stressful visits from friends, and the freedom to get out and enjoy everything Jacksonville has to offer, with your best friend right there with you. Happy training.